What's up, you guys? Happy Saturday night. Welcome to the episode 81 of the First and 10 NFL New York Jets podcast. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm good. It's Jet Buffalo Eve. We've never done
Yeah.
this night ones. Not bad. This is nice. But Kevin, I think me personally, and I have three topics, I'm not over this Patriot game yet.
No, me neither.
So I have
But
three things I'd love to discuss with you.
Before we get into it, though,
Go ahead.
I want to introduce a new member of the family here.
Okay.
And a new subscriber to the First and 10 NFL New York Jets podcast.
And a new Jet fan.
Yes. This is Tucker. Say hello, Tucker.
Oh, look how cute. And I believe Tucker wants everyone to like and subscribe,
Yes. Tucker says like and subscribe.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah. New member of the family. All right.
Wow. Excellent.
Shove off there, my friend.
So before I get into my three little Jet topics, you have any predictions for this Jet Buffalo game? Are you closer than what people think?
I just want to keep it close. I mean, I want to win, but don't get embarrassed. Don't let them embarrass you. I mean, I went back and looked at our last meeting. This quarterback threw for 87 yards. 87 yards. You're not beating anybody throwing for 87 yards.
No. But
seven of 20.
Wow, that bad, huh? And what was the final score?
Final score was 27-10.
27-10.
And not only was he 7 for 20 for 87 yards, he was our leading rusher.
Yeah, and
with 24 yards.
Yeah. And with I think right, that's his last name, Robinson, the new kid. With him out tomorrow, Michael Carter is going to carry a lot of this load.
Yeah, and Bam, and I don't know, is Bam active?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything. I was on the road most of the day today.
We'll get them at 11. We'll get the inactives at 11:30 tomorrow night, probably, or tomorrow morning, probably.
I was on the road most of the day today. And you see how we're talking about this Buffalo game? This is some of the things I wanted to go back with the Patriot game, just as an overall. I heard a lot of our Jet brethren talk about it and give you different takes. Who's on the blaming Zach side? Who's on the not blaming Zach side? Who wants to blame the O-line? Blah, blah, blah. Is Mike LaFleur, and I'm going to take it another step, which maybe some people have already said this, the game is a week late. Is Mike LaFleur over his head as an OC, in your opinion?
I don't think so. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I mean, going back to the offensive line and whatnot, people complaining about the O-line, blaming the O-line. Listen, 2 of those interceptions last week had nothing to do with the O-line. They were just boneheaded plays. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Now, do you think it's because he has no confidence in his O-line, and as soon as he feels that pocket cut, even if it's not, he's already feeling like it, he's rushing his throws?
I think sometimes he destroys the pocket on his own.
Okay. So isn't that up to you, and I say you, but our offensive coordinator, to make him feel comfortable in a pocket that might close on him quickly or collapse on him quickly? So
ultimately, yes.
Okay. So why is our first play from scrimmage or our second play from scrimmage a 15-yard set 20? Like, I watched the other, and again, apples and oranges. I get it, Kevin. I get it, folks out there. But I watched the Eagles and Houston the other night, and that was a game that Houston stood no chance. Everyone said it. But for that first half, they made
it a game, yes.
And why do you think that is? My take is on it because they put Mills in a comfortable situation. His first pass was a 4-yard screen. Like it was little dinks and dunks until the Eagles were a little back on their heels, and then maybe a long one. I don't see that coming from LaFleur. And Kevin, you can't tell me it's not, because we don't have the weapons. We got more weapons than Rambo.
Yeah, but I mean, I read a lot of stuff, and I heard some stuff about people that were at the game last week.
Okay.
They said a lot of the stuff you don't see on TV, some of those things where he panicked and scrambled out of the pocket, he had wide open receivers.
That's what I heard. I heard he had Mims open on wide that could have went for a touchdown. And I think on another one, he had.
How do you get intercepted throwing the ball out of bounds? How do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, that McCourty interception, and I'll stand by it today, was
his leg was out of bounds.
Yeah, was a BS interception.
Yeah, that was before CBS and the NFL decided to show our onside kick.
Yep, that was one of my other points. How does that happen? Listen,
I've never seen that happen ever.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're Jet fans, and yes, we have this black cloud theory or this conspiracy theory, but you wonder why people call Bill Belichick a cheat. And I know this had nothing to do with him, but maybe someone should see who this cameraman is and who does he root for, because in all my years of watching football, Kev, I never saw a close-up on a play sheet that close.
Ever. And all of a sudden, as soon as they showed that on TV, timeout.
Yeah.
Timeout, New England.
Now, are you buying that? He was signaled from upstairs. They saw the sheet and he called a timeout.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Now, is that because of his past and all the other nonsense? I find it hard. The only reason why I'm asking, Kevin, I'm going to play. I agree with you, but for the sake of this show tonight, I'm going to play the other side. Could they have seen the play that clearly to change it up within that 30-second timeout and be successful at doing it?
If you know what you're looking at on the diagram, I would think so.
Okay.
You're talking about a guy who's been in coaching for how long?
Yeah, no, I know. No, I get it all. And then there was all the things about his press conference. We called the timeout because we saw something. Some people say, yeah, you saw the play and you knew to change.
Yes, of course.
Like, why do these things, and this is why Jet fans sometimes say, and we laugh, but we have to buy into it sometimes. Does the league have it in for us? I've never heard in the 46 years old, and of course nowadays the cameras are everywhere. Sam Darnold with seeing ghosts, the play sheet being shown on TV. Like, what is going on that when we play this team, there's always something.
When I saw that diagram,
yeah,
okay, and then the timeout was called, and if you watch the play, the way man kicks the ball, there's no way you'd be ready for that unless you knew what was coming.
Yeah, you might be right. Like, if you're diving in deep into that, you might be right, because the way he kind of back kick, like the way he did that,
it goes up like he's kicking that way, and then he shanks it
with the opposite leg. Yeah, you might be right. I'm not going to argue with you because I'm a scorned Jet fan.
Me too.
But no one Kevin, like, I hear people, but then you hear other things like, oh, well, if we told you in the beginning of the year we'd be 5-3, you'd be happy. Yes, but the point is,
I'd be happy. I'd be happier if we were 6-2.
No, I get, and that's my point. Was I understand any one of us, Kevin, on September 1st, and you told us 5-3, we would have signed in blood. But the point was, this is another loss to a team that we felt, especially last week, we were much better than in every facet of the game. 52 players lined them up. They did not, in my mind, have a player that was better than us.
There's so many other. There was a play here, play there, play here, play there too. Offensive pass interference that was never called.
Yeah. No, I know. I would just love to have played the game with JFM not making the stupid penalty. Now, whether, again, 50% of the fan base, like me, was mad with JFM, the other 50% felt like it was a BS call.
Well, I saw a post that somebody made with that play and a play against them from last year.
Okay.
Where a dude on New England hits Zach the same way. Yep. Okay, the same amount of time. He even took like 2 steps and hit him.
Yeah, I saw the same exact
play. And there was no flag.
I get it. And this is why
and
bring this up.
He didn't just push him like JFM. He tackled them.
Yeah. This is why we bring this up. And then whether it was a phony letter, which it probably was, it was doctored. I don't know if you saw the letter going around that the NFL apologized, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But whether that letter was fake or not.
It's all true. It's all true.
Yeah, but forget that. Why wasn't Jonathan Franklin Myers fined? Was that the NFL's way of apologizing?
You heard what Saleh said, right? When he asked for an explanation, they said he hit him too hard.
Yeah, too hard.
Too hard.
Too hard. So it's
not anything illegal.
Yeah.
Not any. It was too hard.
Because I know, Kevin, you can't say these things, and but we could think them. If that wasn't called and we went up 17-3, we don't look back. We beat that team.
I absolutely agree with you.
We might put another 17 points on that board. Mm-hmm. And I know I say we because it's our show, but I know I said it that, yeah, maybe that last touchdown wasn't garbage time to make it a closer game than what it was. But and as poor as Zach played, if he has 2 less turnovers, that gives up 6 total points, I think it was, we win that game. Now, again, It's hard to say it in those terms, but these are just the things I'm trying to bring myself, because I'm still not over this game. Yes, I'm happy that we're 5-3, Kevin. And yes, to all the people out there who said, well, if I told you back in September, yes, I would have signed on the dotted line. We all would. There would not have been a Jet fan. But let me tell you something. I bet you 99% of the Jet fans, if we told you going into this New England game at 5-2, and the way our graph was rising and theirs was sinking, all of them would have said, I don't care if it's by 1 point, 2 points, or 30 points, we should beat this team.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree.
This is why, not that we're 5-3. That's not what getting us Jet fans are pissed about. We're pissed because it was another loss to a team where we feel the refs nudged us a little.
A lot of things were questionable. Absolutely. Right down to the chart being shown on TV.
Yeah.
Who does that? No, come on. I've never seen that before in my life.
Never. I mean,
sometimes they'll show the O coordinator up in the booth and you'll see his papers,
Yeah, but never to the point where, they're shining down and you can almost
Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And it always seems to happen to our team when they play the Pats. So is somebody looking into this, or are Jet fans and us Jet sportscasters and all whatever media people, are we making too much of it? Are we the wah Jets? Because we're making too much of it.
In my opinion, you should never show something like that.
No, exactly. But the problem is that, they want to get so much into the game. They want to bring the experience home to the fans. I get it.
Right, but come on.
I want the experience of winning. I could care less the sidelines. I could care less about listening to CJ give his talk in the tunnel before everyone comes out. Win the game. But I feel like, and I'm sorry, again, people are going to say, here's a Jet fan crying over spilled milk again. I'm sorry. It's just a little too, I don't even know the word, that every time we play this Pats team.
Obvious. Obvious. It's a little too obvious to me.
And when
There's
saw that.
Always something that you're like, oh, yeah, okay, right.
And when I saw that play, Kevin, the looking at the play plan, and whether they could see it or not, whatever, what game brought back the red rats for me and the flashbacks? Like if I was, The game, I don't know if you remember, and I might have the wrong tight end. It shows you how long ago it was. I believe it was Wiggins. That was his name, Wiggins. The tight end first made that nice catch, scored the touchdown, but they said he was, what did they say? His knee was down at the 1 and he fumbled it out of bounds, out of the end zone, which went back to the Pats.
Oh, no. Who was that? That was, what was his name?
It wasn't Anthony Becht, was it?
No.
It was definitely, well, it was one of our tight ends, and we were going to take the lead. We were probably going to put a tight little bow on that.
I remember it.
They called some cockamamie, like his knee hit, but before he fumbled the ball. It went out of the ball. Went out of the back of the end zone. So not only was it not a touchdown or out of bounds at the 1, it went right back to the Patriots at the 20-yard line, and I believe they marched down the field. And that was the end of it. That's what that onside kick brought back to me. Now, it took me 72 hours to think of, why is this play aggravating me so much? And why is that McCourty interception aggravating me so much? And why is the Jonathan Franklin Myers, listen, anyone who's been watching our show from day one knows I'm not the biggest Jonathan Franklin Myers guy, and it was a bad penalty, but it just brings back all these games with the Patriots where the refs found something to turn the tide for the other team.
Yes. And you can't tell me by looking at that McCourty interception that his leg wasn't out of bounds.
Yeah.
Even the announcer said, it's out of bounds.
Exactly.
No. Oh no, it's good. Fine. Don't you know this is college now? You only have to have 1 foot in.
Yeah, and of course tomorrow, Kev, we play Buffalo, and it should be a loss. It might be a loss. It probably will be a loss. But again, the Jet law, this is a game where we don't think we have a shot, where we win. Win.
I saw a little breakdown on ESPN, win percentage, okay? Buffalo's 81.2%.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Jets 18.6.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, at least we got a chance, right?
But here's the thing, Kevin.
Giving us a chance.
Yeah. Now listen, if we win tomorrow, in mine and your estimation, 6-3 is where we thought we should be. So we're gonna break even. But if we lose tomorrow and we don't make the playoffs, I don't care what the other 7 games are.
Got to go back to the New England
game. I'm going back to that one because you took a game that was 17-3 and we were dominating in every facet of that game, and you took that shit right away from it. And listen, again, do I think the penalty was fair? No, but JFM is always in the middle of something stupid, so I can't even fault the refs as much as I want him. It's like, what's that saying? Once a cheater, always a cheat. Like, once a bonehead play, you're always going to be called for a bonehead play. They have their fielders out on you.
I forget what I was watching. Might have been one of the post-game shows where they were saying, not only do we play the team,
we play the refs.
But we play the refs and we play our perception to the NFL because we've always been perceived as garbage.
Yeah. Well,
so that's why you automatically throw flags and this and that. Yeah. Don't give them. Now, they don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. They stink.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, and hopefully one of our subscribers and our fans will tell us. Didn't Ed Reed say that back in the day when the Ravens used to play this team? You don't just play them, you play the refs. Or was it maybe Ryan Clark on the Steelers who might have said, like, whenever you play the Patriots, even now, because Belichick is law and Kraft is law and law. I feel like when we play this team, the cameras and the refs and something always happens to I don't. And again,
hey, whether you're filming the sidelines or whatever, you got in trouble for that too.
Yeah. Now, Kevin, let me ask you a question because I know you're not a fan. You're not the biggest Zach Wilson guy, right?
especially after last,
Okay. So if
and
you
especially after I looked up last year's game, the last game against Buffalo, and saw he threw for 87 yards.
okay, so are you just not sold on the kid, or are you not sold on the kid because the O line is bad, or what everyone says is a bad O line?
My problem with him is, don't get me wrong, I think he's got the talent, but I don't think he's got the head.
Okay.
In your second year, midway through the season, and you're making throws like that, those interceptions. Come on.
So would you
Come
say the
on.
same thing for a Sam Darnold? Would Sam Darnold, I'm getting to a point, would Sam Darnold be any better with this team than he was with the teams he played for?
I think so.
Would Geno Smith be any better with this team than with the earlier Jets he played with?
There's a lot of talent on this team, man. Well, just to give you an example, you know who the leading receiver was last year in our last game? Keenan Cole.
Okay.
Come on, man.
But before you give us those numbers, bear with me because I wanted to ask you a question. So we think Zach Wilson could be a decent quarterback, but we don't know yet. We think Zach Wilson could be a decent quarterback, but we might want to blame the O-line.
I
Could
agree.
Zach Wilson duplicate what Sanchez did with that O-line and win a Super Bowl? Could he have taken them the next step? Is he in the same boat as Sanchez, or is he better in your opinion?
I don't know, but if you remember when Rex had to do the color-coded thing with Sanchez so he wouldn't make stupid mistakes?
Yeah. Red men stop, yellow men slow
You're
down.
Right.
I'm just asking. You have a pen and paper there in front of you?
Yes, I do.
I want you to write down 4 names: Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, Sanchez, and Zach Wilson. Now, I'm going to give you each of their numbers. I'm not going to tell you whose I'm giving. I'm going to say the numbers. You match the number to the guy. Now, this is through their first 18 career games. So it's even. It's not like it's all of this one's career. It's their first 18 games. And you're going to tell me in your mind who had numbers to go, who had the best numbers and who had the worst numbers. So I'm going to read you out these numbers, and you tell me what quarterback you think matches these numbers. 242, 443, 54%, 2,994 yards, 18 TDs, 20 interceptions, a 70.5 quarterback rating. It's a little game we're playing.
Sanchez.
All right. So mark it down. So you said Sanchez. So number 1 was Sanchez.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, that's correct. Whose numbers are these? 286 -503, 56%, 3,443 yards, 14 TDs, 23 interceptions, a 68.21 passer rate. Whose numbers are those?
Darnold.
Okay. So make those. Okay. Whose numbers are these? 349 349/588, 59%, 3,945 yards, 23 TDs, 24 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 75.53. Whose numbers are those?
I might want to switch.
Okay.
That's either Geno or Darnold or Sam.
Okay.
So I already said Sam, so let's say Geno. Okay, go ahead.
All right. And whose numbers are these? 291 for 555, 55%, 3,382 yards, 12 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 66.36 quarterback rating, passer rating. Whose numbers is that?
Well, there's only one guy left, so what did I get wrong and what did I get right?
You had Gino and Sam switched.
Yeah, that I thought, I said I might want to switch that. I thought that. Yeah.
So my point is, now these are numbers that Connor Hughes put out. I didn't pull these out. I'm going to give credit to Connor Hughes. Zach has the worst numbers.
Yes.
And he
yes.
But let me finish. He's probably has the second most talented team around him.
Mm-hmm.
So are we to blame him, or are we supposed to blame our OC? Because obviously Gino didn't have a chance, and we know Sam, although everyone wants to blame Sam, that team around Sam was terrible too. And I'm not here to stick up for Sam. I'm just giving you the numbers that were out there. So is Zach just not the guy, or is LaFleur over his head?
Listen, I've been saying forever I ain't sold on this kid.
So do you think if Zach Wilson played on those Sanchez teams, he wouldn't have took us to a Super Bowl?
No.
Okay. Do you think if Gino or Sam was on those Sanchez teams, they would have went to a Super Bowl?
Maybe.
Now, I know this is just a
game. Maybe. Yeah, of course.
But how could Zach Wilson, and we're going to take Sanchez out of the equation from now on, Kev, because he had a better team around him. How is Zach doing so poor with a better team around him than Sam ever had and than Gino ever had? Now, of course, it may have took Gino 6 or 7 years for the game to finally slow down and him move quicker than the game. It happens. I remember Rich Gannon saying that. I remember Trent Green saying that. As the quarterback, by year 4 or 5, it slows up for you. You start to feel things. Zach's got the worst numbers, and I'm a Zach guy, not as much as I was in the beginning. With Sam, I was Sam more than Zach, but I'm a Zach guy now. These numbers scare me.
Not only does he have the worst numbers out of these 4, but did you see I think the NFL put it out, the ratings of all 32 quarterbacks.
He's the worst, I know.
He's 32.
Yeah. Which means quarterback. Yeah. Which means the Daniel Jones of the Giants and the kid on the Texans, Mills, and even now the new kid on the Panthers, they're all doing better than him.
And people are going to say, well, he missed 4 games. He missed games, though, so you can't go and think. No. Listen. You watch this kid? I watch this kid.
Yeah. I understand that, Kevin, but this is why we gave you, or this is why I read what Connor reported. These are the first 18 games. This is what the numbers were, the first 18 games. And other than Sanchez, who had more talent around him than anybody, Zach's probably got the most talent we've seen from this team in that 10-year window. His numbers shouldn't be this bad. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to blame everything on the O-line. Because there are other teams out there with banged up O-lines.
Listen, I think you got to put a little blame everywhere. The O coordinator, the line, the QB. But come on. You're throwing interceptions trying to throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah. I'm gonna blame those on Zach. I'm going to blame the dirt balls on Zach. But I'm going to blame, and this is the most important, the play calling on LaFleur. Because this play calling is for shit.
Horrendous sometimes.
This play calling is for shits. It gives me the shits.
I mean, okay, but there are times you have guys wide open and you're throwing it over their head or at their feet.
All I'm saying, Kevin, is that when you come out and that defense has to look at, all right, he's hurt now, but prior to that, a Corey Davis, a Moore, an Elijah Moore, a Mims, a Huzama. And where is Huzama? This guy played on a Super Bowl team that Joe Burrow relied on any time. And I feel like Huzama now has just become a big cheerleader. This is what I'm saying. What happened to starting the game with a 5-yard pitch, a 5-yard hitch, get our tight ends, boom, 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 move things around, get more and more involved.
2 tight end sets.
You know, where is the fullback? Where is that help blocking? Ty Coleman is not the answer. Not Ty Coleman. Ty Johnson is not the answer to help blocking.
If we put up another goose egg tomorrow, I'm going to say, well, I mean, I said it already, but everything changed when Breece Hall went out.
Yeah,
this guy was our offense.
No, I understand that, Kevin. I understand that this kid is going to be great. I understand that. But you know what? The league and fans and we can't feel any different. We always heard other teams and other next man up. So we have to go with that mantra, next man up. I think, and they'll never tell us, and this is just my theory, just like everyone else out there has theories. They're not sold on Zach, and they're starting to worry. This is why, and as stupid as this may sound, Mike White is now number 2, and they demoted Flacco.
We want to see what we have in White. What do you mean you want to see what you got in White? Why?
You don't know
to be to be a backup? I mean, I don't know.
I think they're worried about Zach. So it leads me to believe, Kevin, that if this kid is not the right answer, he's going to be gone. They're going to bring in someone else, or they feel he is the right answer, but LaFleur is not the coach for him, and LaFleur is going to be gone. Because this team with this much talent, Kevin, should not be – Zach should not have the numbers he had. I don't have the numbers in front of me from last week, what he finished with. He should not be throwing dirt balls. He should not be missing wide open receivers. He should not be throwing into too deep coverage and getting the ball picked off.
His accuracy is horrendous. I think that's his biggest problem, other than his head and making stupid decisions, is his accuracy, especially on short passes.
You know, Kevin, and everyone said it, and us included, when we looked at this schedule and we said, all right, after the bye, it gets a little easier. Okay? But let's go over this now, because what we thought on September 5th is different. Chicago is playing a little bit better. That might not be as easy as we think.
Right.
Okay? The Vikings, I never saw them being 6-1. That game is definitely up in Minnesota not going to be easy. And you're talking about going to Minnesota and then back to Buffalo in that 2-week span. Now, the Detroit-Jacksonville games, those should be winners. We should beat those teams. But this Seattle game now, going to Seattle where they might be fighting for the division lead, that's not even going to be easy anymore.
And what would Gino love better?
Oh, yeah, because he's already
stick it right to us.
That's right, because he's already stuck it to 2 of his old coaches and not old coaches, old teams. Why not go for the hat trick?
Yep.
So that game now is not looking as easy. And now Miami would sign a Chubb last game of the season. You don't know what that team's going to be fighting for.
Nope.
So games that now we thought looked easy in September 5th don't look as easy. This is why that New England game is going to be the thorn in our side.
Craw, yeah.
Now, if we could find it, if the football gods could shine down on us and give us a win tomorrow, all is even. We're 6-3 where we felt we should be or could be. And then you forget about that Patriot game.
Oh, yeah, right.
Exactly where we thought at least where you and I thought they should be.
Because technically you're in first place.
Yeah. And then you got 2 weeks to prepare for New England up in New England, which is not going to be easy, even if we beat Buffalo. And if we lose to Buffalo, now we got 2 weeks, and we better prepare hard for those 2 weeks because they're going to be coming to knock us down again in their building.
You better. I mean, I know the defense is going to be on top of them, but you better stay with them points wise. You better,
Because Kevin, I
or
watched that game.
you could see 45-10 or something.
Yeah, I hope not. Because Kevin, I watched the game for a second time, and I wasn't impressed with New England. I thought it was
No.
more of our stupidity and our
Yes.
dumbness. And I'm sorry, Kevin,
Yes.
we left, and I understand our defense got a lot better, but we gave up a lot of third downs to that team.
Couldn't get off the field.
I think at one point I said to you, the Pats are 7 and 8 on third downs. What the hell is going on here?
You didn't end up beating anybody like that.
No.
And then you're giving them the ball 3 times. You know, you're turning it over 3 times. You're
And
not
they're
going to win.
getting points on those turnovers. Again,
Yes.
I could be wrong. It might be more, but I definitely know it was at least 6 points. Those 6 points are the difference in the game because you lost by 5. Now, again, I know that last touchdown came in junk time, whatever, but it was still a touchdown. And it wasn't so much junk time. I shouldn't even say that because the Patriots still had a fight. You know, they were still in a game. It wasn't like it was a 2-touchdown lead. It was still a close game. So I don't even want to use the word junk time. But can you imagine if Zach doesn't throw those interceptions? We may win the 17-16.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what's the aggravating part.
And like I said, the thing that kills me about the interceptions is they were just stupid plays.
Yeah.
Stupid.
They were trying to be bigger than the team, better than what you are, and trying to thread a needle through, you know, the little fucking thing that you thread the needle, whatever that shit is.
I mean, what were you trying to prove? That you're better than Mac Jones? Yeah. What were you trying to prove? That we made the right pick instead of him?
Yeah. I said it to you, Kevin. I would take his numbers in the Denver game anytime with a win.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You know,
hey, if you can beat Buffalo tomorrow, I'll take you throwing for 87 yards. You're not going to do it you're not going to beat them throwing for 87 yards. But hey, if that's the way it worked out,
unless we run the shit out of the ball tomorrow, unless our O-line totally, you know, opens up holes bigger than the friggin' Grand Canyon, I don't know what our running game is going to do. Because again, these teams watch the film. They're not stupid. They're going to stack the box and dare this kid to beat us. And this is where LaFleur's got to put a better game plan together with all the weapons you have. Minus Corey Davis, Kevin, I understand. There's still weapons here. And now Mims is starting to become the weapon that at least I always thought he should have been.
Morgan targeted.
Got this kid involved sooner.
What do you think Moore's going to do tomorrow?
They got to find a way to get him involved, Kevin. He's here now. He's one of us.
Yeah, he's here to stay. Yes.
Get him involved. If you're going to just fucking sit him on the bench to do nothing, you should have traded him. And like I said last week, it's not like I'm not a fan of his, but this is the way sports works. Drop a pass, cost us a game, we hate you. Catch a ball, win the game, we love you. So I don't want to hear those Jet fans who say, oh, Jet fans, now you don't like him. You loved him a year ago. We love all our players, but that's what sports is. If you don't think that's what sports is,
especially in New York.
It's everywhere, Kev. You think right now, of course, the Green Bay Packers love Aaron Rodgers, but I'm sure some of them are so pissed with him and now that's what sports is.
But I mean, the New York sports scene and the New York media, if you win, you're God. Yes. If you lose, they'll run you right the hell out of town.
I don't understand when I hear somebody say, oh, didn't you like the kid 3 weeks ago? We still like him, but this is what makes sports fans. Mm-hmm. Make a great catch, they love you. Make a bad play, they hate you. Doesn't mean they don't want you or they don't. That's just what sports is.
I like him when he's not losing games.
Yeah, exactly.
When he's not doing the things to lose the game.
Richard Todd had the biggest love-hate relationship with New York. He could never do right with New York.
No,
none of them. played well. We kissed his ass. Blew a game. It could have not even been his fault. We blamed him. That's what sports is. So for all you young Jet fans who think, oh, you
Hey,
liked him last week, why don't you like? That's what sports is, please.
don't you remember Todd is God?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he threw those 2 interceptions in that AFC Championship.
That's it.
Which, yeah, but they were his fault. But Shula with the not right in
the field, yeah.
You know?
That's
yeah,
when
he may want to keep the playing field even, but he didn't do it that day. So there was a little cheating involved with that. But anyway, that's
when Walt Michaels attacked them in the tunnel after.
Yeah. Anyway. And it's a shame that this Patriot game is still sticking in because we got a good game this week, but it's Buffalo and whatever happens. I'm ready to do the picks unless you have more to add, Kev.
No, hey, there's nothing to add till tomorrow and we see what happens.
Yeah. So when we go to our picks, Kev, you'd be surprised to know you held me off. You got that game back. You're up by 7. And you won 12 games last week to my 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, we're killing it though.
Yeah.
Both of us. Yeah. No, that's good. When you're hitting 12 and 11 games.
Yeah. You have 70 wins and I have 63. So I lost that. I was making that climb, but you slapped me back down. You did a Patriot on me.
Yeah.
I threw that goddamn interception with the Cincinnati.
Yes.
They hit the bet on me. That was the one I was hoping for.
Yep.
Because we split with, I picked the Giants, you Seattle, we split. And then I took Miami, you took Detroit. So we were all even going into Monday night. And Cleveland, boom, 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 slapped them around. And now I'm back to being down by 7. So
I had a feeling about Cleveland Monday night.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I did my studying, and I'm coming for you, brother.
Come on, let's go.
I'm coming for you.
Come on, let's go.
My goal is 2 games better this week than you because I have to make up for it.
Yeah, you gotta make up for last week.
Yeah. So we go to the 1 o'clock games, and we got the Chargers at Atlanta. Who do you like?
Give me the Bolts.
Right off the bat, we disagree. I'm going with Atlanta.
You're on the Mariota. You're on the Mariota train.
Yeah, Atlanta at home. They're playing well. Game 2 in the 1 o'clock time slot. Miami at Chicago. Who do you got? I'm hoping it's cold in Chicago tomorrow.
Give me the Bears. I will never pick the Dolphins.
I know.
You don't even have to ask me anymore. Just mark the opposite team.
All right. I'm taking the Bears with you.
All right.
Now, Carolina, because of a bad penalty, the kid taking off his helmet, which a lot of people say was a bad call because he did it, I believe, off the field on the sideline, cost his team a game. Does that fire them up and they go into Cincinnati and beat Cincinnati, or does Cincinnati come back after that drubbing on Monday night? Who do you got?
I got to say, I think the Bengals bounce back.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you. If I told you this 1 o'clock game tomorrow, for me, is a pick-em. I really don't know who to pick, and I'm probably just going to go with the team that has the better QB. Green Bay at Detroit.
Yeah, I looked at this game. I didn't know which way to go. The way the Packers are playing.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if the Packers were the Packers, it'd be a slam dunk.
Yeah.
But in the end, I got to take the Packers.
Yeah, I'm with you.
They can't lose. They can't lose again.
No, not to Detroit. Not to Detroit. They'll never live that down if that happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kev. The Colts starting. They're not starting Matt Ryan. He seems to be benched another week.
Yeah, he's benched, yeah.
And the Colts beat the Patriots in Foxborough tomorrow.
No.
You're going with the Pats, huh?
Yes.
Now, the way you feel about Miami is the way I feel
You
about
feel
this team.
bad.
So I'm taking the Colts. I really
You
am.
go.
And I'm hoping the Colts, because if we lose tomorrow, I can't have this New England team tied with us. That would just kill me. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm taking the Colts.
Got it.
Buffalo at our Jets.
My heart wants to pick the Jets.
Yep.
But my head,
Yep.
we talk about Zach's head.
Yeah.
My head says pick the Bills.
So is that who you're going with?
Yep, give me the Bills.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I thought about this all week. I want the Jets to win.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me?
I just feel like I picked the Jets, and I believe we both have the first 8 games. Like we were on their side. I feel like I need to break that curse. Maybe picking Buffalo, the football gods will laugh at me instead of the Jets and give them the win. So I'm taking Buffalo with you. As much as it kills me, I'm taking Buffalo.
It kills me. It kills me, but I got to.
All right, another 1 o'clock game. Minnesota at Washington. I said to you, Kevin, this team, and I don't know why they won't start this kid. They play for Henke. They like him. The players seem to like him.
Yes, they do.
They play for him when he plays.
They sure do.
Do they beat Minnesota tomorrow in their building? Or do you think Minnesota is just too strong? Is Minnesota going to 7-1? Or does Kirk Cousins have that Kirk Cousins game?
This is a tough game. Tough game to pick.
Mm-hmm. Chase Young's not back yet for the Redskins. I think he's coming back next week.
I got to take the Vikings.
Okay.
I'd like to see Washington beat them, but
I'm with you. I'm with you. And secretly, I'll be rooting for Washington, but for the sake of our picks and me trying to hold on to the Jet Cup, I'm going with the
Jet Cup.
Minnesota. And the last of our 1 o'clock games, Kevin, the Raiders versus Jacksonville. I believe both teams are 2-5 or 2-6. It's at Jacksonville.
I'm going to take Jacksonville.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, and now we go to our late games. Seattle traveling to Arizona, the 4:05 game. You like Geno to beat Arizona in Arizona?
Yes, I do.
You do? All right, so there's where we differ. I am taking Kyler Murray and the Cardinals.
He don't do nothing for me.
I get it. I understand.
No. Like, what do you think?
I'm not a Kyler Murray guy. I'm not. I'm really not. I didn't think much of him. I know people say I'm crazy, but I think tomorrow they find a way to win in their building.
Okay. So you're taking the Cards.
Yeah. Now, this is a game both teams need. This is almost like a playoff game because I feel like the winner keeps their hopes alive. The loser has to go on a little tear here. Do you like the Rams at Tampa Bay? I know where I'm going.
They got to win eventually, right?
Yeah.
Give me the Bucks.
Really?
Yes.
All right. So that's another game we disagree. I'm taking the Rams.
Okay.
Now, I know I'm probably going to shoot myself because this is the game where Tom Brady puts everyone on his shoulders and he carries them the way and they win.
Well, yeah.
This is one of those games where
the divorce is over. Yeah. We're starting to put it behind us.
Yep.
We're moving on. Hopefully he'll,
Yep.
We'll see if he's got a clear head.
I hope I'm wrong, but this is the game where he puts everyone on his shoulders and they win. But again, the Rams need this game too. So Matthew Stafford's going to have to put this team on his shoulders, or Aaron Donald's going to have to put this team on his shoulders because these teams lose. They'll have 6 losses after 9 weeks, I believe. That's not looking good, even though the NFC is weak.
But if I had to pick a guy that was more likely to put it on his shoulders between Brady and Stafford.
Yeah, I know. Brady, of course. Of course. I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Tennessee in the nightcap, the 8:20 game, Kansas City Chiefs.
Do you know if Tannehill's playing?
I don't think he is. I think they're going with the backup.
All right, give me the Chiefs.
Okay. I'm with you. But even if Tannehill was playing, I got the Chiefs.
I was going to give them a shot, actually.
It might be a close game. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I think that in the end, the Chiefs will win this one,
Yeah,
especially in
yeah,
their building
I agree.
Sunday night.
I agree.
All
Oh,
eyes
yeah.
on them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Now,
Could be,
Vrabel will have his boys
you
ready.
you could see a 35-14 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. You might be right. I know Vrabel will have his boys ready, but in the end, I don't think you could beat the gunslinger in Mahomes in his building.
No, not there. Nope.
And the Monday night game, Baltimore traveling to New Orleans. Who do you have?
Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, Kev, if I'm going to make a move this week, it's got to come in that 405 spot, right? Oh, no. We disagree on 4 games.
No.
All right.
Yep.
No, we disagree on 4 games.
5.
We disagree on Los Angeles, Atlanta, right? Indianapolis, New England. We disagree on Seattle, Arizona.
No. You're right. 4.
4.
Yep, you're right. My bad.
So
My
I'm
mistake.
either going to make a great move or you're just going to bury me where I can't even make a comeback, where you probably have it sealed, depending on how these 4 games go.
We shall see.
Yes, we will.
We shall see.
Will.
Well, brother.
Yep.
It all comes down to 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the QB play, the play calling, the offensive line, and like I said, I think defense, you're not going to stop them. You're not going to completely anyway, the Buffalo offense. So you're going to have to stay with them.
Here's what I'll say. Defense, get off the field on 3rd downs. Okay. Of course, that's simple. Duh, we all know that. And 2, no bonehead plays to give this team second life.
If for some reason Michael Carter picks it off or Joyner picks it off or something, will you not hit the quarterback afterwards?
Yeah, don't make a 3rd and 5 turn into a 15-yard penalty and 1st down for Buffalo, because that's how they beat you. On offense, Zach, play within your game. 4 and 5 and 6-yard dinks and dunks, and we matriculate the ball like Hank Stram said down the field. The longer we could keep the ball in Zach's hands with smart plays, move the chains, kill the clock, the less Josh Allen is out on that field, the better off we are. That's how we'll do it.
I think of Rex in this moment, ground and pound.
Yeah.
You got to keep them off. Just keep getting 1st downs and then score.
That's right. And against Buffalo, field goals are not going to work. So LaFleur, don't make it like this is rocket science. Remember the term KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Just small dinks and dunks and work your way down that field. Let's see what happens. Hopefully in less than 24 hours, Kevin, we're sitting here on Victory Sunday and we're looking good.
I mean, give Zach high percentage plays, man.
Yes.
Because, like I said, it's not up here yet, I don't think. So you got to reel him in a little bit, in my opinion.
Strong tight ends catch those balls leading and pick up 6-7 yards because they could battle people. Let Mims and Jarrett Wilson catch those 8-9 yard passes and run because they could battle people over. Let Moore and Crabette zigzag in the slot and get their yardage that way. Do trickery, smart trickery with the running backs. Be smart on things. Don't overthink this. The longer you could keep drives alive, picking up 1st downs on 3rd downs, and keeping Allen on the side is how you're going to beat Buffalo. Not trying to win a shootout going head-to-head with Allen, because no one ever beats him that way unless your name is Mahomes.
Best defense is a good offense.
Yep. And keep on that note, Kev, I am done. I just want to remind everybody, if you don't know, set your clocks back. We gain an hour, extra hour of sleep tonight. And please
fall back.
Subscribe. Yep, and please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. We're much appreciative of everyone who watches.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we'll see you after the game tomorrow night, and hopefully,
Yep.
with smiles on our face.
Exactly.
All right, brother.
Yep.
You guys have a good night. You have a good night. Enjoy the games tomorrow, and we'll talk to you afterwards. And until then, get up. Talk to you later.
All right.